Hi, my name is Rachel and welcome to our channel, Dragon Light Bay Tarot. Today, actually, we're going to be talking some astrology. We're going to be talking about the full moon in Gemini that is occurring on December 19th. That's Sunday, December 19th at 4:36 a.m. GMT time, which is the UK, that's London. And then it will be in Madrid, Berlin, Paris. That is going to be at 5:36 a.m. And then if you're in the States, it's actually December 18th, Pacific Standard Time. That is going to be at 8:36 p.m. So that's Los Angeles, Las Vegas. Central Standard Time, that's Austin, Texas, 10:36 p.m. And then if you're in New York, Eastern Standard Time, that is going to be at 11:36 p.m. Australia, in Perth, that is going to be on December 19th, 12:36 p.m. Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne, that is at 3:36 p.m. Okay, I think I covered just about everyone. And okay, so we're going to talk a little, you're going to hear papers rattle because I've got notes here. Let's see. We are going to talk about the sign of Gemini first. This full moon, we are going to be experiencing duality. Okay, so the shadow side and the side of light. They are, of course, all one. The shadow and the light are one. However, we on this planet in the 3D matrix, we place judgments. And part of what we experience here on Earth is duality. And so that's what this full moon is about, because Gemini is the sign of duality. It's the twins. So we've got that going on. Also, Gemini, on the lighter side, it's a very sparkling, effervescent sign. It's an air sign. And it is of the mutable modality. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit more about that as we go along here. The parts of the body to be aware of that are ruled by Gemini, and this can come up in a full moon. We've got shoulders, arms, hands, wrists, also Gemini, lungs. Okay, so these are all things to kind of just be aware of during the full moon and the sign of Gemini. And okay, so a couple things that really stood out to me. This is the full moon here. So down here is Gemini. Hopefully I've got this positioned correctly, and you all will be able to see what we're looking at here. Okay, so here's the moon down here in the sign of Gemini, right there. And it is in opposition exactly, which is pretty potent, exactly in opposition to the sun here in Sagittarius. They are both of the later degrees. So the full moon in Gemini is happening at 27 degrees, 28 seconds, and the sun in Sagittarius is 27 degrees, 28 seconds. Okay, so this is going to sound a little familiar to us because back in November 19th, we had a full moon in Taurus, and that was at 27 degrees, 17 seconds, in opposition of the sun in Scorpio at 27 degrees, 14 seconds. So that was 3 seconds off. In this case, we are exact. Okay. So, interesting point. There is a similarity of energies occurring here because of this opposition. All right. Similar energies to the opposition that we had in November. Now, in November, the signs were Taurus and Scorpio. So we're talking earth sign, Taurus, and then water sign, Scorpio. This is not the case this time. We've got our full moon is in Gemini, which is an air sign. And then our sun is in Sagittarius, which is a fire sign. So the energies are very different of the elements. Okay. The planetary energies are similar because we're talking sun, moon opposition. The sun and moon in opposition, that has to do with balance, has to do with balancing ourselves. And these are two, what they are called the inner planets. So these have a lot, these are the intimate planets. This, the sun is, just briefly, the sun is our outer personality, and it is our masculine, positive, outgoing. So it is what we reveal generally, it is what we reveal to the world. Okay. It's our outdoor face. The moon, on the other hand, is our indoor face. It is what we usually, in general, express in more intimate settings. So it is what our family sees, is what our good friends see. Now this is general because, everybody's chart is different. This may be expressed differently in your chart. There's lots of variables here, but this is so in general. So we've got the outer personality and the inner personality, the inner self, the deeper self, the emotions, okay? Our emotions, our intuition. And this is in the sign of Gemini, which is air sign. So it's not the most comfortable place for the moon. It is because it's air and the moon is water. Okay. The moon is a watery planet. And so it's not the most comfortable. However, there are positives to everything. It gives us the ability to analyze our emotions, to understand them, okay, potentially. So, you can overanalyze your emotions and, that's not a positive. However, if you are looking at your emotions in a more objective way, trying to understand them, that is a positive, right? So, so that's part of what is going to go on here during this full moon is trying to understand what our emotions are. So there's that aspect. Now, also the other thing that I need to bring up is both Sagittarius and Gemini are what is called the mutable signs. Okay, so the mutable signs also include Pisces, which is over here. So we've got Pisces over here, and then also Virgo, which is down here. Okay, as you can see, there's pretty much nothing going on here at all. And all the whole show for this full moon is on this side of the chart. Okay, so it's on this side, this hemisphere. And so this is the action hemisphere. And okay, so back to mutable signs. The other thing that's going on here is we are revisiting also, not only are we revisiting the energies of the full moon in November, we are also revisiting the energies of the new moon December 4th. Okay, why is that? Because on December we had, December 4th rather, we had the new moon in Sagittarius, and that new moon in Sagittarius was squaring Neptune over here. And we talked a little bit about what that means. Okay, now in this case, we have the full moon in Gemini also squaring the Neptune in Pisces. Now the aspect is not as close. I believe it was like 3 degrees, 5 degrees, something like that. Can't remember offhand, sorry. But this is about 7 degrees off, because we got the moon is at 27 degrees. Neptune is at 20 degrees in Pisces. And so the energies, though, are very, very similar. The full moon, of course, is more powerful, more potent than new moon. So it is the moon in its fullest form. So its strongest light. So it is bringing that light to Neptune, which is things that are hidden, deceptions. The other implication with Neptune, of course, is medical, because it rules medicine. So we have an even stronger, potentially, aspect that is bringing to light matters that have been hidden, or deceptions. And this can be in our own lives, of course, but this is also going to be on the global stage, because this is a big guy, Neptune. This is one of the bigger planets, and the slower moving planets. So they affect us collectively. They affect the entire world. Okay. So let's see. I find this interesting that we've got the energies of November here reappearing, even though, like we said, this is different because we've got fire and air, and November, it was Taurus and Scorpio, which is water and earth. But we're revisiting that balancing act of the sun and the moon, the masculine and the feminine, the divine male and the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So relationships are in the spotlight during this full moon. Our relationships are usually, it's going to affect more our deeper relationships. So in other words, our committed relationships. And or those who are on the way to perhaps being in committed relationships. So something is coming into focus for you with this aspect. It's the light is being shown on it. So you will be talking more about that. You're going to be more aware of your relationships. It's going to be something that is going to come into play in a bigger way. Okay. And then the other aspect that we're revisiting is the moon squaring Neptune. Okay, so the little bit different because it was Sagittarius and it was the new moon, and that was December 4th. So new moon in Sagittarius, December 4th, squaring Neptune. And what that aspect meant, one of the potential results of that aspect was that things are going to be coming to light that were hidden. And the same aspect is occurring now, only it's Gemini. So it's air sign. Now, what I like about this is that it is more communicative sign. Gemini is the communicator. Now, all mutable signs are communicators. Okay, so we've got Sagittarius, Pisces, Gemini, all mutable signs, and Virgo, but that's over here. It's not much going on with this right now. Okay, so the mutable signs, what does that mean? This brings into play communications, flexibility, duality. Okay, so the spotlight is again on duality, the shadow. The shadow in this case, this Piscean Neptune, because Neptune is what is hidden. Okay, that is one of the meanings of Neptune is that which is hidden. Okay. And so again, we've got the moon trying to bring something into light, bring it into the light. And it's moon energy, so it's emotional. Okay. Even though we've got it in an air sign, it is still going to hit us emotionally. But what I like about that it's an air sign, the positive of this, is that we are able to be a little more distant. Okay, so yes, it's emotional, but maybe we're going to be able to talk about this. We're going to have a conversation now because it's in Gemini, and Geminis love to have conversation. Okay, they are great at conversation. So, so we've got that happening here. And that, I think, is a very, very positive thing. Let's see, what else have we got going? We've also got, Jupiter, which is over here in Aquarius at 28 degrees, 10 seconds, trining the full moon. Wow. Okay. That aspect also is quite powerful. It is expansive. So it's going to expand this. It's expanding this full moon's effect. It's going to expand it, and it is expanding it in a trine aspect, which is a positive, very, very agreeable aspect, because we've got Jupiter in Aquarius, which is an air sign, and then of course the full moon in Gemini, also an air sign. And it is emphasized here, it is sextile, which is also a positive, friendly aspect. It is sextile the sun in Sagittarius. Okay, so this is this trine here. So we've got the trine, and then we've got the sextile. So it's making this, you see the two blue lines and the red line. So there's this triangle, okay? And it's a triangle of positivity. Sagittarius, fire sign, Aquarius, air sign. They get along, they're friendly, they enjoy each other's company a great deal. And then on top of that, emphasized even more, is Sagittarius is the natural placement for Jupiter. Okay, so again, even more emphasized. So this is going to be a blessed time. There is blessings there. Okay, and you have to stay positive, because that is what is required of Jupiter. Jupiter requires positivity. Okay, it brings positivity, but it also requires it. So it works a little bit like the numerologically, the number 3. Okay, so it's like, stay on the positive, and Jupiter is going to expand that. It's going to bring more light. It's going to expand your happiness, your joy, your enthusiasm. If you start getting negative, well, it's going to expand that too, okay? Because that's what it does. It's expansive. It is the biggest planet. It's massive. I mean, we won't talk about that right now. But you can look it up. Jupiter is massive. It's almost incomprehensible how big it is. And it is just about leaving the sign of Aquarius. It's just, I mean, it's at 28 degrees. So 27 sun, 28 degrees. So it's on the later degrees, this triangle of positivity that we're entering. Excuse me. And what else do we need to say about that? Let's see. What else do I want to say about that? I think that might be it. There's other aspects going on, of course, that have been going on. Over here, we've got, this is this conjunct that has been going on for a while. So this is in the sign of Capricorn. This is going to come more into play as we move into Sun in Capricorn. But for right now, we've got Venus at 26 degrees Capricorn. And then Pluto is at 25 degrees. This has been going on for a while. I talked about this aspect during the new moon, on the new moon video. So that is still in play. What does that mean? Okay, briefly. The Venus is the planet of love. It is how we love. It is how we express our love. But it is the feminine side. of love, okay? Because we also have Mars. Where is my Mars? Mars is over here. So Mars is in Sagittarius right now. Okay, so getting back to Venus. Venus, it is the goddess Venus. Okay, that's where it was named from. And it is conjunct, so it is in the same place, very closely in the same place, 26 to 25. That's only 1 degree off, really, and a few seconds, in the sign of Pluto. And Pluto, okay, do we know the story of Pluto? Pluto is the ruler of the underworld. Okay, so Venus, the goddess of love, is together with the god of the underworld. Wow. Okay, this has been a powerful time for us in relationships. This is plumbing the depths. This is not light-hearted, flirty relationships. This is deep. Okay. This is not that comfortable for Venus. So it's not always that comfortable in our relationships, in our sex, our sexual relations, our romantic relationships. It's not always that comfortable to go this deep. It's not flirty. It's got depth to it. Now, for those of us who have Scorpio on our charts and who are, more deep thinkers, this is awesome. Okay, this is really flipping awesome. Started to say something else. Hope I didn't offend anyone. Because it's powerful, and it also elevates love. Okay, it elevates it to divinity. Okay, so it's really elevating it, and it's helping us to express love in a deeper way, which I think is wonderful. Okay, I think that is a very positive aspect. Let's see, anything else we want to say? I think that might be it. Oh, I do want to just wrap this up with this notion that we are revisiting now, this December 19th full moon in Gemini. We are revisiting similar energies that we experienced in November and then again in early December. So my feeling on that, my guides, what they've led me to, is that we are being given an opportunity here to wrap up things. So we're going at some aspects with it at a different angle. So we were going at it more from an earth and a water angle. And we were going at it from a more fire perspective, so more passionate, more emotional, more grounded. And now we've got more of an air perspective. So we are being able to take a step back. That's the opportunity. Doesn't mean everybody's going to do this, but the opportunity is to take a step back, look at things from a higher perspective, look at things from a more logical, more objective perspective. And that is going to round out this year for us here, 2021, in, I think, a very, very important way. So I hope all this made sense. And I hope you like that I've got the chart here now, that I'm not just talking. That I hope that it helps to actually kind of see how it looks. One last thing, this Neptune square that we're talking about, bringing to light some medical issues, things that have been hidden, things that have not been seen, and this full moon helping to bring that to light, shedding some light on it over here, right? Shedding some light. And if you notice, we've got this square here happening also with the sun. So you've got this angle here, these red lines. And what that is saying to me is that this is a beginning of a building block. Okay, because that's how squares work. They're a step. This is a step in the right direction. And hopefully, hopefully the right direction. I tend to look at things on a more positive frame of mind. But yeah, so it's a step. So this isn't going to be like, yay, the whole thing's solved, and we're going to see all the truth, and everybody's going to see all the truth. No, unfortunately, no, it doesn't work that quick. But it is a beginning. It is a wonderful beginning. It is a wonderful step in a staircase to truth and to the light. So those are the astrology for this full moon. I hope you enjoyed this. My name again is Rachel, and the channel is Dragon Light Bay Tarot. Take care.